What's up, tribe? Woo, happy Thursday to you. Welcome, 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 and come on in. Please hit that like button before you take a seat. We're going to just jump into it because I'm not going to be here all night. If I have time, I will drop the link. Thank you, Jace, for becoming a member. What's up, Daz? Hey, boo. If I have time, I'll drop the link. But for right now, we're going to go through it. And honestly, I'm not going to be here. Can I tell you I have a headache? Like, real talk right now, I got a headache. Real talk. Like, I have a headache, for real. From this. Now, I'm going to give y'all my pick, but nope. I'm going to give y'all what I heard, what I had heard. We're all here to talk about Larry Reid Live being, and I'm putting in quotation marks, exposed, okay, being exposed by a former employee, and then Larry Reid did respond. Daniel, I don't know if it's gonna be long or not, to be honest with you, because okay, so let's get into it. So this morning, I was gonna do this in members only because I was like, do I even wanna? But I'm gonna say this: I do have some things that I might share more personal, but I might put that in, members only. But let me say this: when this Levantre stuff happened. When this Levantre stuff happened, for those who don't know, Levantre accused Larry Reid of doing things to him when he was a minor. Y'all know I got to be careful with my words. Back when I covered it, drink some water. Miss Honey, I ain't lying. My stomach hurt. My head hurt. Yeah. A friend of mine, somebody that I consider to be a friend, reached out to me and said, be careful. I don't know if this Levantre stuff is true, but I've heard some things. I said, okay, appreciate you. Thank you. So this morning, while I was at work, I understand, Daniel. I understand, boo. That same friend was the person that sent me this link. Now, mind you, 3-4 people after that sent it. But the first person that sent it to me was this friend. So I'm going to tell you what the video said. I'm going to give y'all my opinions on it. And I'm going to tell you what Larry Reid said. And I'm going to give y'all my opinions on that. And when it's all over said and done with, we might not be friends no more. And that's okay. I still love y'all anyway. Y'all know how I feel about that. Hey, Kenya, thank you for gifting the membership. Tracy, let me know who got the membership, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kenya, for gifting that membership. So Vincent Terrell Hill, who has a YouTube channel, I believe it's called Safe Spaces. Tracy, drop the link for me. Make sure you put the link in the chat. If you don't, wait a minute, hold on. What's going on? Oh, thank you, Tracy. The Real Tashi, thank you. Got a membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, El Teddy, for sending your viewers. El Teddy just sent his people over. Thank you, boo. All right, let me speed it up. I hate when people do this. Let me speed it up. Let me speed it up. Let me speed it up. The link. Hold on. I will drop it in there. Hold on. Let me get to the link. Hold on. I got so many messages from today. Okay. The link to what I'm talking about, I'm going to put it in the chat now. Tracy, I'm gonna send it to you, but I'm gonna drop it in the chat so you guys can get to it. It is called Disruptive Truth, Silencing the Lies, Larry Reid Live. And the name of the YouTube channel is called Safe Space with V. Terrell Hill. So, okay, Safe V Terrell Hill. Yes. So Terrell Hill has been doing a series on his channel for the last few weeks on grooming, right? He's been doing a video for the last few weeks on his channel called Grooming. And he's been talking about his experiences with grooming, such as, like with Manasa and other people. And so today, or maybe it was last night, I don't know, he dropped a video naming Larry Reid specifically. Now, I'm gonna go through my notes best as I can recall it. Now, here's the one thing that I have a problem with, and this is my opinion, and again, y'all don't have to agree with it. I do have a problem with the fact that he put so many other people in it. If your issue with Larry Reid is with Larry Reid, I didn't feel like it was necessary for him to put all these other people in it. So I'm going to try my best to not mention too many names. I'm going to try my best not to mention too many names because honestly, I don't feel like it was necessary to put all of these people in this video to prove your point. But let's get to it. So Vincent Hill said that he did a 7-part series on spiritual grooming, right? He said that he has known or worked for Larry Reid for the last 15 years. And he said out of those 15 years, 13 of those years, he was involved in a sexual relationship with Larry Reid. For all intents and purposes, he said Larry Reid was his boyfriend at one point in time. He said that he felt like he was the only person involved in this relationship, but he learned later that wasn't the case. Now, I don't know how you thought you was the only person involved in this relationship when the first thing you did was apologize to his wife. He said that he is the creator of the Larry Reid live show. Now, Larry Reid said in his response, he said that he was not the creator. However, he was there from the beginning, and he did help create what we know as the Larry Reid live today. Larry Reid. Y'all didn't know Larry Reid was married at one point in time? He's divorced now, but yeah. Now him and Larry, I think, let me say this. A lot of what I'm going to say comes down to semantics. And y'all know I don't like that. I don't like people playing word games with me. I don't like people pissing on my leg and tell me it's raining. Because when you piss on my leg and you tell me it's raining, now I got to question everything that you're saying. So I don't like it. And I feel like for him to say that he created the Larry Reid live show, and Larry said, well, I've been going live on the internet for years. He helped come up with the logo, and he helped create what we know today as the Larry Reid live show. I feel like both of y'all playing word games with me. So it was the Larry Reid live show because you're Larry Reid, right? But it wasn't what we know as the Larry Reid live show until later. It doesn't matter. He's been there since the beginning. That's what it sounds like to me. So he said that on the night of January, did I write the day down? Oh, January the 15th of 2023. He said that Larry reached out to him. He said that he at that point wasn't working with Larry anymore. He reached out to him and out of the blue and said, listen, I want to come and talk to you. I want to make some payment arrangements on the money that I owe you. Now, Vincent said that money was basically money that was owed to him after he left employment of Larry Reid. I guess it was, in his mind, it was some sort of a severance package or what have you. I find it very convenient that the night that this took place was the night that Levante did his interview with Tasha K. I find it very interesting that the night that Larry Reid reached out to you to talk about money and paying you was the same night that Levante did his interview with Tasha K. Now, I am not saying that 1 + 1 = 2. I'm letting y'all do the equation. I'm just telling you it was the same night, according to what he's saying. It was the same night. Now, y'all can do 1 + 1, y'all can get 2, or y'all can get 5. That's up to y'all. He did show the text messages. I'm not going to post them here. This y'all can go to his YouTube video and y'all can see all of but I will show you that I did screenshot the text message. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and this between well, it ain't between me and you, it's between me and the 276 people in this room. I feel like this video is gonna probably not be up for long, and I'm not gonna necessarily say why. Those of you that are YouTubers and you watch the video, you'll know why. But I feel like it ain't gonna be up for long, so you might as well go ahead and watch it tonight, and you may want to do whatever. But here's the screenshot. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna post it, but he did show the text messages, and what the text message says is, Larry said, I had 2 dreams about you 2 weeks ago, and I should have reached out then. But due to how things went, I hesitated. I would like to have a convo about our relationship. Also, is your PayPal and Bank of America the same? I ain't exposing nobody. Hell, he exposed it. I'm just telling y'all what the man said. I ain't exposed. Listen, let's be clear. Really B ain't exposing ish. It's in the video. That's it. That's all. So Vincent responds and says, hey, yes, it's the same. Let's connect soon. Larry says, can we meet now? And I'll send it after our talk. Are you home? He responded, yes, I'm home. Larry said, I forgot how to get there. Shoot me the address. I'm going to slip on some clothes. He says, he responds to Larry, I have a tenant, have to meet you in your car. Larry said, okay, that's fine. I'll send you the ETA when I get in the car. Now, for those of you that know how an iPhone works, you can tell that Vincent no longer had Larry Reid programmed in his phone, because at the top you can see right here where it says maybe Larry Reid. So y'all know, I don't know how it works on the Android because I don't have an Android, but on an iPhone, it'll say, based on the number, that this might be who it is. So at this point in time, they're not programmed. They're not blocked, obviously, but not programmed either. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna skip through the rest of this stuff. It's just I'm here, my ETA is whatever time. Okay, I'm outside. Is that you? That's you, whatever. So then it says I'm going to be able to do a minimum of 5K every 30 days. So that will be done in 6 months, counting January. I know I can do that, and I'm not overcommitting. Vincent responded, thank you for honoring the commitment. I understand what it takes to build and grow things, and money isn't nothing to play with. Larry responded, it sure ain't. Now listen. No, it's because your phone recognizes the number as it was once stored in the phone under that name. Okay, there you go. There you go, Kelly. Thank you. There you go. But I'm just letting you know that that's what his phone said. Right, Diamond Pearl, you did math, $30,000, right? He said a minimum of $5,000 a month for the next 6 months. That's what he said. Now, I don't know what he owed the man $30,000 for. I'm just reading y'all the messages. So then he recorded that conversation. Now, listen, I don't know what the laws are in the state of North Carolina when it comes to recording somebody. I don't know if it's a 1-party or a 2-party, and I don't care. I'm going to just tell y'all what it says. Don't y'all get in that chat, start arguing about whether it was a legal recording or illegal recording. It don't matter. The cat's out the bag. The recording has been dropped. Now, he dropped the recording. Now, I'm not going to play it. Again, y'all can go over to that man video and hear that recording. But let me say this. We only got 100 likes, Tracy. Y'all, it's 300 of y'all in here. Can we please get up to at least 200 likes? I appreciate it. The first audio clip that he dropped, and that was his way of proving that a relationship did exist, a sexual relationship did exist between him and Larry Reid. Now, let me say this. This is all, I am reporting what was said. Again, the audio, the video was there. And I'm not saying like it could have been edited. Again, we're not about to sit here and argue about whether it was edited or not and if it was edited. We ain't doing all of that. I'm telling you what the man said. I'm telling you what I heard on the audio now. If y'all want to start playing Inspector Gadget and say, oh, no, it was edited and it was spliced, that's up to y'all. I ain't doing all of that. But, baby, let me tell you what the man said. And I wrote the quote. This is the quote. This is the audio, the first audio that he dropped. Larry Reid is talking. And this is what Larry Reid said to Vincent. You did take my cum in your ass for years. My spirit is in you. Now that's what the audio said. That's what the audio said. Now I ain't about to argue about whether it was audited or not. That is what the audio said. Y'all can go hear it for yourself. He said, I'm not repeating it. I'm sorry. I'm not repeating it. Angela, I'm sorry, baby. You're gonna have to rewind it. I'm not repeating it. Nope. You can repeat, you can rewind it. He said that in his relationship with Larry, he said that now there are a few names I'm going to have to drop because I got to give you context and stuff, but I'm not dropping all the names that he dropped because the man dropped all sorts of names. I'm not dropping all the names that the man dropped, but he did talk about people that we hear all the time. He did mention Larry's inner circle. We know about Shamarko. That's his best friend. We know about Shamarko being his friend, but he alleges that Larry was also, hey, auntie, don't repeat it, explain it. Who is he? Who? I don't know where you came in, boo. I'm talking about Larry Reid and the guy that did a video today saying that him and Larry were in a relationship for the last he said for 15, 13 years. Larry Reid got the nerve to go after the child. So he said that Vincent, I'm maybe I'm confusing y'all because I keep saying he. Vincent said that Larry was also in a relationship with Shamarko. He said that over the years, Shamarko never liked him, but then he realized why Shamarko never liked him because he's alleging that Larry was in a relationship with Shamarko as well. He also said, yeah, it's at the very beginning of the video, y'all. I mean, honestly, it's right there. He also said that him and Shamarko messed around at one point in time. He said, listen, we were young, we flirted. I ain't think nothing of it. It was what it was. He said, me and Shamarko never actually had sex. But we did touch each other. We've seen each other naked. We exchanged nudes. Okay. He said that he spoke about another member of Larry's inner circle where he said that Larry Shamarko showed him a picture of this other guy that's in their inner circle. I didn't write down his name because I really was trying not to say as many names as possible. But he said there's a picture he saw of him nude posing. And he said, listen, you never sent me that picture. So how did I see it? How did I know about it? Because you sent it to Shamarko and Marco showed it to me. He said that he felt bad for Larry's wife because Larry has been gaslighting his wife all of these years, making her feel guilty about being in, getting involved because, Larry's ex-wife has had a same-sex relationship. He said all the while, Shamarko and Larry was in their faces, making them feel bad about what they was doing when they was doing what they were doing. He said Larry is a voyeur. He likes to watch things. He said that when he talked to Levantre, he said some of the things that Levantre said rang true. He said, so either Larry did those things or he told Levante about his fetishes and Levante used it against him. And he said either way, it was inappropriate. Either way, it was inappropriate. And he dropped another clip of the conversation where he said that to Larry. He said, look, Levante knows these things. Don't you think that would have been inappropriate if you have those types of conversations with Levante? And again, you can hear Larry in the audio saying, yeah, he's not. Listen, I'm again. Well, let me just keep talking. Let me just keep talking. Miss Honey, you ain't lying. Me and you had a conversation, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh, I did write his name down, but I'm not gonna say it. He posted a picture of a recent picture that Larry Reid posted from when he was in Dubai. He alleges that everybody in that picture is part of the freak circle. I mean, I don't want to say freak because it ain't a freak thing. I mean, if they doing what I guess it is if they have it. If they listen, he basically said Larry has some sexual stuff going on with all the people that he went to Dubai with. And that was in the picture. That's what he says. Okay. Now, from there, he gets into the money piece of it. And he alleges that Larry is using the money from his ministry to finance his lifestyle. He talks about how he said that, at one point in time, he did have access. He had access to the money. He saw the money. And Larry admitted that today in his live. We'll get to Larry's response in a minute. He said that Larry has a house in he said Larry has a house in Charlotte, a house, I think he said 2 houses in Miami, a house in Atlanta, a house in LA. He said, and all of those houses are being financed through the ministry, Larry Reid Live Ministry. He said all of that stuff is in the name of Larry Reid Live, and it's being financed through Larry Reid Live. And my buffering, I look like I'm buffering. Lord, is oh no, I'm buffering. Oh Lord, I'm buffering. Okay. Then he got into the whole story with Lester. Now, let me say this to you guys. For those of you who have been rocking with me since the Bishop Whitehead days, I am a little bit, okay, I don't know. Let me know if it gets really bad. I'll go out and come back in like I did yesterday. But right now, just let me know. For those of you who've been rocking with me since the Larry Reid days, Lord Larry Reid, the Bishop Whitehead days, you guys, this story is going to sound familiar to you. You guys remember when Larry Reid accused Bishop Whitehead of basically planting someone in his inner circle in order to gather intel, gather information, and then bring it back to him. Do you guys remember that story? I believe he talked about it, and he talked about it on his live, and then he said in Patreon the person was going to tell their story and talk about what happened with Whitehead. Y'all remember that? But then the person never called, and that kind of just went away. It was like, what happened to the guy that was going to call in and expose Bishop Whitehead? Because listen, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I got nosy and I went over to the Patreon to try to get the tea, and there wasn't no tea. Okay. Well, that guy's name is Lester. Lester has been telling his story. The official King Payne has been dropping. I think he's dropping it again tonight. I know King Payne is live now. I'm sorry, y'all. I know King Payne is live now. But in his Patreon, he actually interviewed Lester, and Lester actually dropped some of his receipts. He says that he was in a relationship with Larry as well. He was on payroll. Larry hired him to be a chef, even though Larry already had a chef on payroll. And that at some point in time, Larry tried to fire him, or Larry was going to fire him. And at some point in time, he connected with Whitehead, and Whitehead promised to pay him for him to tell his story. But then Larry called him, they made up, and he didn't give Whitehead the story. There's another part of the audio where Larry Reid is explaining the Lester story to Vincent. He played that audio. And he's telling pretty much the same story that he told from the beginning. The problem is, it doesn't really make sense. Kelly Vincent said that as well, that basically Larry got to keep these people on payroll because they know too much of his business. I want to make sure those are my notes. That's the highlight. Again, if you want to hear the audio, go over there. Tracy been dropping the link. Now, according to Vincent, he said, listen. Oh, he said that Lester was living in an apartment, driving the Larry Reid live car for 6 months after this alleged situation with Whitehead. Larry on tape admitted to arranging a marriage for Lester, a contract marriage, as he called it, because Lester is from, I want to say he's from Jamaica, but I know he's not from the United States. But you could actually hear that on audio where Larry talks about the fact that they set up a contract marriage for him, because I believe Larry right now is married to Larry Reid's cousin, who is Shamarco's ex-wife. Y'all do the Tracy, drop the link again for me, please, boo. Larry Reid Live is not a 501c3. It's a business, and he runs long infomercials for Manasa and his profit business. It's a circuit, just a new way to fleece the people. Ooh, that's what Miss Honey said, honey. That's what Miss Honey said. Okay. And then he just gave more information about the money situation, about allegedly Larry financing his lifestyle off of the money from the church. Okay. He did say that, Kelly. He did say, Auntie, did you got the link, Auntie? It's right there. It's right there, Auntie. Now, that's the highlight. Again, y'all, the video is 42 minutes. You can go hear for yourself, and you can make a determination on whether you believe him, whether it sounds credible, whether you believe the receipts, whether you think the audio was edited, whether you think, listen, I ain't getting into all of that. Y'all can bloop, 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 bloop. I ain't getting into all of that. Why he decided today to say anything, I honestly don't know. I don't know why today was D-Day. I know he's been building up to it, but I do not know why today is D-Day. Okay? Or was D-Day. So Larry Reid posted a few things. The first thing Larry posted earlier today he said, oh, nope, that's the, excuse me, that's David. Wrong message. Oh, he wrote, this is what he posted today in his Patreon. I hope I'll get flagged for this. Morning, everyone. I heard about a former disgruntled employee who was at one point like family. My mentor said not to say anything live yet, but I certainly will in Patreon, no matter what. Sorry to everyone who will be pulled into this because someone is mad at me. So that's what he posted. So I said, okay, he going in Patreon. And I was like, I ain't getting his Patreon again, so I just ain't going to get the tea. So then he said, I heard about, this is what he posted publicly on his Larry Reid Live YouTube channel on the community wall. It says, I heard about a former disgruntled employee who was at one point like family and did Larry Reid Live with me. I trusted his point of watching, I think he meant to say watching my kids, access to my cell, banking, and business up until 2006, until the Spirit warned me, and then to other things until 2017. And other things until 2022. So I'm confusion, Larry. The Spirit warned you in 2006. And then the Spirit warned you again in 2017. And then the Spirit warned you again in 2022. Why was he still around? You what? Okay. When I hired him back for the second time, I have known who he was and others around at the time with the same obsessive envy and who they were, but my Captain Save a Stranger was strong then. It's so unfortunate that those around me have to deal with this. They I have loved and do love. I do not like that their lives, no matter what they say or do about me now, is not right to do. I never did that as a pastor, and anyone in church ministry leadership knows that's not right. That is the only reason I'm saying something publicly. I read y'all that as it was written. So then I saw where Larry was going to go live at 4:30, and I said, okay, he's going to go live at 4:30. Now y'all see, I have one, two, almost 3 pages worth of notes from that 42-minute video that Vincent did. This all I got from the hour and 40 minutes that Larry Reid did. Now I'm gonna read y'all what I have. He said something about being horizontal friends. I don't know what that means, and I'm not trying to be funny. I wrote it in my notes. What does horizontal friends mean, y'all? Put it in the chat, and I'm not being funny. I honestly don't know. He said that Vincent is he said that Vincent is struggling with grief of being separated from him, and the grief of the separation from, I guess, from the whole Larry Reid Live organization. Larry said that this man tried to confront him. He tried to control. He tried to control him, manipulate him, and make him his boyfriend. This is a quote. Larry said this as a quote. I never slept with or had sex with someone who wasn't an adult. He said he wasn't stealing money from the poor. But again, Vincent never said you were stealing money from the poor. Vincent said you were manipulating and you were taking the money from your ministry. So again, I feel like we were playing word games because he did say you were stealing from the poor. Now, he did mention something about you making comments about people being poor, but he didn't say you were stealing from the poor. He said you were stealing from your ministry, whoever that was. He said he felt bad because there were people who would give you all of their money and give you their last, and you were misusing it. But he never said anything about you stealing from the poor. He said you were stealing from your ministry. Again, we playing word games. He said that the spirit told him in 2006, he said he had a dream, and the spirit said that something about you have unrighteous people with access to you, or something to that effect. Um, and he said that's when he kicked him out of being able to control his finances. He admitted that this guy had access to his bank accounts, his all of his finances, his cell phone, everything. Um, he said that he was paying his bills. He said at one point in time that Vincent was the one actually paying the bills, right? He was his assistant, and he had him in control of all of that. He said that they literally just stopped communicating a few months ago. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, and y'all can be mad at me all y'all want. That is where I stopped taking notes. That is right here. That's where I stopped writing. Right there is I left space in case I had to come back and add something, but that's where my notes from the video start. Yeah, from this video start. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is where I started getting a headache, and I'm just telling. Listen, I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm ashamed the devil. This is where when I say I mean a legit. My head was hurting. A legit headache. I personally stopped watching with about 30 minutes left. So whatever happened in the last 30 minutes of Larry Reid's video, I ain't hear it. But I'm going to tell you what I didn't hear in the first hour and 10 minutes that I listened. I never heard him say it wasn't true. Now, if y'all can find me the timestamp of where Larry Reid said this isn't true, me and him were never involved sexually, I might not have heard it. And I'm being so honest right now, because when I say my brain really started hurting, it really started hurting. Because Larry was just rambling. Larry, listen, you should have listened to the people that told you not to go live, because I feel like you were trying to be careful in your words without denying anything, because you may or may not be sure what else he got in the chamber. See, I'm gonna just call a thing right now. And I don't have no beef with Larry. Y'all know I don't. And I don't even know that man. He ain't never dropped down in my chat or none of the above. But let's be clear about something. What it sounded like to me when you did your live today, it sounded like you were trying to be very careful in your words, that you were trying your best to make it seem like it wasn't true without coming right out and saying that, blatantly saying it wasn't true, because you don't know what else that man got over there, because he dropped text messages, he dropped audio, he dropped pictures. You don't know what else that man got over there in the chamber. So you like, well, I ain't gonna come right out and call this man a liar, because I don't know what else he might drop on me. And I'm just telling you, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. He did say that he would talk more about it in his Patreon on the $25 tier. Now, let me tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not paying $25 to hear it. So if anybody is in Larry Reid's Patreon and you are on the $25 tier, when he go live to talk about it, let me know if it's something I need to report on. Because other than that, I'm not paying $25 to hear that. I'm just not. I'm sorry. He said that he would give more detail, but I don't think he's going to admit to nothing. Yeah, the 25, well, the $24.99 tier. He's got, you can have more. Well, y'all know that. On a membership, you can have different tiers. What Mildred said, that's Netflix money. Now listen. I'm gonna drop this link for a few minutes. We ain't gonna be here all night. I'm gonna drop this link for a few minutes. If you want to come up, be respectful in your language, please, and thank you. We know that there are words that I prefer you not use on my platform. So anything dealing with sexual things, I prefer you to spell it or be creative in how you say it. We are smart. We can figure it out. We are very intelligent around here. Okay, we can figure it out. I ain't gonna be here all night. I love y'all, but I just can't. My brain hurts, and I just can't. And the other thing too, it's funny because a couple of weeks ago, Larry did this live on Jamal Bryant, and we talked about it here, where he was saying, listen, Jamal Bryant is a single man, and it's nothing wrong if Jamal is out here dating. He should just be honest with the people that he's working with, the people at the church. And if he's dating one of his ministers, he needs to be honest, because, that could be an HR issue. And I can say the same thing, Larry. Listen, you have a non-traditional church. We know that you have been open about your sexuality. If you want to date men, like, I don't care. I honestly don't. Like, I'm not a member of your church, and I don't care. But it just seems to me, I don't know, like, just say, yes, me and this man, we dated, and he's not a disgruntled employee. He's a disgruntled ex-lover. And guess what we would have done? Oh, okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. If Larry Reid said, listen, this is somebody that I used to date, and he's just a disgruntled, we broke up, things didn't end well, and he's in his feelings, I promise y'all, we probably would have talked about it and we'd have moved on. I mean, I probably would have mentioned it as part of, as part of the as a tribe meeting, and we'd have moved on to something else. Baby Tasha K, Bishop Whitehead, What's his name? William McCray. What's the other guy's name? On YouTube, King Jives, King Payne. And what's his name? The cigar guy. I forget his name. The guy that's been dogging Larry for years. All of them. All of them. So I'll say that Levante stuff is still rather shady. Yeah, listen, for me, and Daryl Moore, that's it. Thank you, Overcomer. For me, I still think that I still have questions about the Levante stuff, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna say this. I know more because people have said things to me and I've had access to things. I know more about the Levante case than what's necessarily public. So I still have questions. I'm not saying y'all know I'm not gonna give an opinion on whether I think he's innocent or guilty or not, but I still have questions. But I don't know. Well, what's up, Mims? Y'all know Mims done kicked me to the curb, y'all. I ain't heard from Mims. You know, he had a birthday. He done got brand new year, new me, honey. I ain't talked to Mims. What's up, boo? The guy who exposed him reached out to me this morning. This is a lot to digest. Well, listen, he said that he wanted to go on a reputable platform. So he may have been, that means that he's been watching you, Mims, and you know, he's been watching you and you're the person that he wants to talk to. He said he's only doing one interview. We'll talk. I'm a new sub, so my comments are 5 minutes late. Okay, well, thank you for being a sub, Lyric. Thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Say what you want to say, boo. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. You just said something up there. Okay, hold on. Horizontal friends is a Larryism double entendre. It's either friends who are on par with each other, not mentor mentee, or someone he's laid down with horizontally in case receipts drop. See, that's Larry. That's why I just dropped it there and I said, y'all can do the math, y'all can figure it out. There it is. Me personally, Mims is the Barbara Walters of YouTube. Yeah, better you than yes, yeah. I know. Listen, I know. How do I say this? I know enough about Mims to know the debate he is internally having. We can talk offline if you care to have my opinion. If Larry Reid would have debunked and destroyed that guy as a lie, he would have done it by now. Like you said, he never said it was true. Again, if you can find a timestamp, and I'm not being funny, I think at a certain point I clocked out. So if you can find the timestamp where he says this is not true, please send it to me. Clip it and send it to me, and I will play it. But I promise you, I listened to 100. I mean 100. I listened to an hour and 10 minutes of that hour and 40-minute live, and I ain't here. I really hate Really B because she ain't lying. But I love you, boo. My issue with Larry Reid is when he's pointing fingers, I could care less who Larry Reid is touching. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If Larry had just came out and said, listen, look, I'm single, he's single. I told y'all that, I forgot what he describes himself as. He doesn't describe himself as bisexual. He describes himself as something which basically means that he loves people spiritually or something. I don't know the term, and I don't want to be disrespectful and say it wrong. But basically, anybody who listens to Larry Reid, I think knows that. I think feels. I shouldn't say no. Feels. I don't think anybody would be surprised. Let me just say that. I don't think there's anybody that would be surprised to hear Larry Reid has been in a consensual relationship with a man. I just don't think so. It's not. It's a term I've never heard before. It's not pansexual. It's not. It's not pansexual. It's something I can't think of it right now. I don't. Is it demisexual? Maybe it's sapiosexual. Maybe it's sapio. Joshua. But either way, he said that he falls in love with people spiritually. And again, I don't care. I honestly don't care. And I know some people do, but me personally, I don't. But what I will say, and then I'm gonna leave it at that. Daryl Moore, you guys said in the chat, is going to go live later on tonight. I'm sure other content creators will have opinions. This guy, Vincent Hill, said that he will do one question and answer on his channel when he's ready. Or he really said what he feel like it, and that he will do one interview with a reputable YouTuber. Sounds like he's made a decision, or at least he's reached out to at least one person that I think would be very reputable. That I think is very reputable, excuse me, not would be, but I think is very reputable. Then that's what it is, Jane. Yeah, then it's sapiosexual then. Yeah, that's what he says he is. And so we'll see what happens there. Y'all know how we do over here. I will follow the story. Oh, he didn't ask you about an interview. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to misspeak. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. I don't want to misspeak. But when he does the interview, we will talk about it. We will follow it. If Larry Reid goes live again and speaks on it, I will report that. He did say, like I said, feel free to go and join his $25 tier Patreon. He said he will talk about it there. I do not suggest anybody stream it or anything like that. He will strike your channel if you are a YouTuber. I mean, of course you can go and get the information and report it back, but do not share any clips that's behind a paywall. And he said that he will strike anybody who takes that live. If anybody is already in his $25 Patreon and you get the tea, just pass it on over here. What's up, Star? Lamore hasn't said anything. Listen, Lamore getting ready for his trial. You know, his trial starts, I think, next week. Yeah, his trial starts next week. So, baby, he got other things on his mind. Now, that don't mean that he ain't gonna come. Let's be clear. That don't mean that he ain't gonna say nothing. But right now, ain't gonna nothing to say. All right, you guys. With that being said, let me get off of here. What's up, Don? Hey, you guys. I'm sure Don is gonna have. Well, I shouldn't say that. He may or may not have something to say. Don might not be saying nothing. I don't know. But with that being said, you guys, let me get out of here. Thank you guys to the 416 of y'all out of here. Please, if you have not already hit the like button and the subscribe button, please do so on your way out the door. I appreciate you guys, all of you, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Do you believe that the soccer player was sent to Larry Whitehead to infiltrate him? I'm going to be honest with you, ma'am. That story is so confusing to me. I'll be honest. I don't necessarily know if Whitehead sent him or if once he was there, he was in contact with Whitehead. I don't know. That's a good question. And I don't know. Am I reviewing Fanny's? I ain't watched it. I have not watched any of it. I think El Teddy talked about it, but if I do, it'll be tomorrow because I haven't watched it. So, did I see the video TD Jake's empty church? I haven't. No. What, from Sunday service? All right. I was just checking to make sure I didn't get a message before we get off of here. My phone, y'all know my inbox been blowing up all day. It was fine. Okay, well, I gotta watch it, child. Listen, I was at work. This was happening. Fanny was happening. Baby, I can only do one thing at a time, honey. I promise y'all, I'm not Superwoman. I wish I were. Is Potter House losing members? It's on YouTube. All right, I'm gonna look it up. As a longtime fan of Larry, I will say he definitely labeled himself as heterosexual and that he never cheated on his wife. That's what he's saying. Fanny blazed everybody up. Now, I don't believe that Sunday was the Super Bowl, honey. Well, let's be clear. Before that controversy hit, the church was already not full every Sunday. Now, I mean, when you say empty, I don't know. I would have to see what you're talking about. But it was packed after, all of the stuff dropped. The church was packed, but Go back and look and see what it was looking like before all of the drama. It wasn't packed. It was full. It was full, but it wasn't packed. So when you say empty, I need to go and see. I need to go see what it is. So, all right, you guys, let me get off of here so I can. Y'all want me to talk about Fanny? I gotta go watch it, child. But I will talk to y'all later. Peace. Type in TD Jake's Empty Church. Joshua, because sometimes, Joshua, I love you, boo. But sometimes you be doing a lot. Hold on, let me see. TD Jake's Empty Church. Okay. It came right up. These videos are from a month ago, a year ago. I don't see nothing from recently. All of these are from at least a month ago. So I need time to do more research because all those videos look like from a month ago. So I need to watch them in context and see what they're about, Joshua. All right, for real this time, I'm gonna go. I'll talk to y'all later.